Calling from a 308 area code. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Sam.
Is this Kowalski?
My bad. My phone was acting up again. Yeah, it's Kowalski.
All right.
Hey, I was calling in because I was just going to let you know, over the break, I was studying up on my libertarian stuff.
Ooh.
Because I noticed your show was much better when you were just berating libertarians for 40 minutes straight. Like, you didn't have gray hair, more energetic,
Yep.
and I wanted to give you that satisfaction again. But unfortunately, after going into it for only like 5 or 6 hours, I realized that the only proper response to libertarianism is to make fun of it. So I can't even ironically try to be a libertarian.
Well, that's disappointing to me because I could have used that injection of youth and vigor that I used to have.
Have we started?
I think it's because you actually siphon the energy of those people as they realize their life is a lie.
Well, I don't like to talk about it very much, but I do drink the blood of libertarians. I'm not drink. I mean, well, I drink it, but not from them directly. Of course, I pay for them to donate the blood that I drink from the libertarians, like Peter Thiel. He also gets the injections. He gets them from young kids to stay alive. I think that's the story. I don't know if that's true or not. But that was the rumor that was reported, I believe, at one point. Yes, I would get blood infusions from libertarians, and it would make me more youthful. That's right. But of course, during COVID, you don't want to risk that.
Indeed.
So,
well,
we have a little chyron that says satire, so I can't get accused of drinking the blood of libertarians.
No, I think it'll be the best thing for your career.
Yeah, that would be useful from a PR standpoint.
Oh, well, then I do it.
I heard it. I think I actually saw you one time. Like right when you came out of the cryo chamber, you just infused the blood. Yeah.
Yeah, and Medicare pays for it too.
That's true.
In a socialist world, we make sure of that.
That's right. Appreciate the call, Kowalski.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Bye-bye. Let me just remind people, and we're not going to get any libertarians until Trump loses. Well, here's my prediction. It's going to take a little time, but sometime, if Joe Biden wins, sometime in the first year or two of his presidency, libertarians will reemerge as the Republicans try and remarket themselves. This is the way it always happens. They reemerge, and this is their way, their entree back in. And then, of course, they go away when a Republican takes office because they don't, all the funding dries up and nobody believes them, and they end up having to support and fall in line with the actual Republican, like Rand Paul. When was the last time Rand Paul talked about like the drones in Somalia, let's say?
Right. But they exist still, and they're still funded. I mean, the Heritage Foundation is still operating.
They're dormant.
It's like, you've got the Hill Rising. Like half of that is libertarian.
It's true, but they're just not as active. They're like bees at night or in early morning. They're there. They're just not buzzing around like they.
It's mainly talking points filtered in through the media instead of the actual personalities out there. So like they want to combat healthcare and stuff like that.
But
isn't that more effective though? Isn't that like they've actually made it? Like they're actually getting their talking points into the mainstream now?
Well, but they've always had their talking points in the mainstream. Paul Ryan, Ayn Rand was his North Star. They've always been around. It's just that they don't come to the forefront. Let me just say this: if you're a libertarian and you're watching the show, you want to call in, and you want to debate me or talk to me and explain to me about libertarianism, I more than encourage it. And in fact, if you send us an email and put in the subject line, libertarian, and give us your area code, we will look out for you. And I mean, not in your daily life. I'm not saying I'm going to protect you. I'm saying that we will watch for your call, and we can take you. Eventually, we'll get a libertarian line or something like that. That would be great.
And if you're on the fence, voting for Biden for whatever reason still, your own morality or whatever, if defeating Trump is the fastest way to get libertarians back on the line, think about that as a motivator.
Yeah, I mean, that's
There you
right.
go.
If that provides any incentive.